Hello, everyone. Good morning. Elf Quinny here today with Santa. Thank you for
Good morning.
Santa.
Oh,
So
good to see you today.
it's so excited for me to finally get to help with this. I have been pestering Elf Pam and Elf Gabe, and I'm like, I really want to turn with Santa. And finally, I did all of my chores on time. I baked all the cookies. I finished all of my toys. So they let me get on this broadcast with you.
Well, Quinny, a lot of the elves are on the good list too, and you're certainly one on that's very much on the nice list, along with Gabe and Pam.
Thank you so much, Santa. I'm so excited to introduce to you our first family. But before we get to them, if you want to meet Santa and find out if you're on the nice list, just go ahead and make sure to register over at mix941.com or whbc.com. Are you ready, Santa?
I'm ready. I'm looking forward to this.
All right. Our first family is Evie, Ella, and Raina.
Good morning. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. My goodness, you guys are all lined up, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Which one is Evie?
I
Hi, Evie. Who's Ella? You're Ella. So Raina must be the littlest one, huh?
Hi.
Hi, Raina. Hi, sweetie. How old is Raina?
She's one.
She's one, so her sisters are going to have to tell things for her, right?
Can you tell him what she likes when he asks? I'm sweet.
You're 3. And then how old is Evie?
How old are you, Evie? 5.
You're 5. So you're the biggest sister, right? Yeah. All right. So are you in school yet, Evie?
No.
No? Maybe next year.
I'm doing school at home, though.
You're doing school at home. So you are in kindergarten, but you're doing it from home?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay. What is your favorite thing to do in school?
Well, I really like to do sticker chart.
You like stickers?
Sticker chart.
Oh, sticker charts. Yes.
Math and writing.
And are you learning your numbers and letters?
Yeah.
Yeah, real good. Can you read it? Can you write? Hello, Raina. Yeah. Well, I'm glad Raina likes Santa rather than crying. Yeah. How about you, Ella? So you're 3, huh? Kind of the big sister. Do you help with your baby sister?
One.
Yeah. Oh, she's so cute. Having all kinds of fun. Right. Yeah. Well, what do you guys think that Raina would like for Christmas?
What does she like?
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was it you were telling me?
Cars and dolls.
She likes books, cars, and baby dolls?
Balls, not baby dolls.
Not baby dolls? Does she like stuffed animals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like teddy bears? Yeah. Do you think that she should have a coloring book yet? Do you think? Does she, she's a little bit young to color. How about a nice baby book? A little story about Christmas or something like that?
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how about you, Ella? What do you want for Christmas?
Looks funny. Ask him what you want for Christmas.
Can you tell him what you want? What do you like to do?
You did ask for remote control.
She asked for a remote control car. Can you drive a car already? A remote control car? Yeah. Now that sounds
I
fun.
do know how to drive a battery car.
You do know how to ride a battery car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a game now.
What's that again? Yeah.
Grammy.
Oh, you have one at Grammy's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know how to ride it? Good.
And my sister has one at our house.
Oh, you'd like to have one at your house? It could be a lot of fun, but you've got to be safe with it. You don't want to run over.
We took the roof off of the car.
Yeah. And then what else? Would you like books and storybooks?
Yeah.
Picture books maybe about maybe
Yeah.
yeah.
We love puzzles.
Well,
Like
again,
baby dog puzzles.
baby dolls. Yeah.
Heart for Ella.
Yeah. All right. And how about you, Evie? Evie, honey?
Okay. A toy airplane.
A toy airplane.
A battery toothbrush.
What was that again? I missed it there.
Okay, it was a toy airplane and a battery toothbrush.
A
And,
battery toothbrush. Well, I'm so glad you asked for that. Keep your teeth clean and in shape.
and probably magnifying glass
A
and
magnifying glass.
toy butterfly and one more last thing. A radio.
A radio.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can listen to Christmas music. Do you know at the North Pole we play Christmas music all year round? We have Christmas songs going in the Elf Workshop all year long. Here, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
We love
on
Christmas
the toys.
music.
Yeah. So can you read a little bit? Abby? So would a book that you can read be good?
Yes.
Yeah. That's be good. So do you like stories like the Berenstain Bears? Or yeah, you like them? Okay. Well, now you're the biggest sister. Have you been helping with your little sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you changed the diaper on baby Raina yet?
Mm,
Did you change your diaper?
No. I don't.
No. No. Do you hold your nose when your mom or dad has to change the diaper?
You hold your nose. You hold your nose like this.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. But you know what you can do to help you with your mom and dad is you can be kind to your sisters and not get into fights with them. Probably you never get in fights because I know you guys are.
Okay.
And you can be sure you tell them you love them and give them lots of hugs. And you can work hard on your school stuff. A lot of ways you can be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to be nice to your sisters and your mom and dad?
I do.
Yeah. You do. I'm glad to hear it. That's probably why you're all on the nice list. Are you guys going to leave cookies out for me?
Cookies up for me?
Sure.
Sure. What kind of cookies do you think?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. I love chocolate chip cookies. They are delicious. You can leave me chocolate milk or white milk with it.
To dip it in. What do you think he wants? Chocolate or regular?
Chocolate.
Oh, chocolate milk and chocolate chip cookies. That sounds really good to me. Reindeer. You're going to leave a couple carrots for the reindeer? Hi, sweetie. Hi, Rena. A couple carrots for the reindeer. You know why? Because carrots are good for your eyes. They help you see at night in the dark. And the reindeer are going to fly all night in the dark. Yeah. And what does mom need? What do you think your mother would like for
Maybe a couple days at the beach.
a couple of days at the beach? Probably mom and dad need a little extra vacation, don't they? You've got kids. They're really good. Nice, sweetie.
You must have been working on your blue, huh?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll be looking forward to coming to your house on Christmas Eve. Okay.
Okay, thanks. Merry Christmas. Merry
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Yes. Merry Christmas.
Me too. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Evie, Ella, and Marina. Bye, guys. So that's our first family Santa. And, I've got a question because you mentioned how we play Christmas music all year during the North Pole, and we do. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Oh my goodness, there are so many lovely songs. So many, many. I think I like Silent Night best because that's the story behind it, how in this little town, the organ broke and the choir conductor played it on his guitar.
I never knew that story
Oh,
behind the
you,
song.
you should look that up. So,
Ah,
and it's come from a little town in, I think it was Austria, all around the world.
that's
John, maybe you might not remember this because you're one of the younger elves.
mhm.
And the elves put on a Christmas program, and the different elves sang Silent Night in about 20 different languages.
Wow.
It was just beautiful.
That's really cool.
But I like all kinds of Christmas songs. I like the lively ones. I can tell you the reindeer like Jingle Bells because that gives them the rhythm to run.
That helps them. I know that also helps the new ones when you're training them to like get in tune with the rest of them.
Right, because they all have to work together. We've got 9 reindeer in front, and everybody's got to work together. So we do a lot of practice runs.
That's so cool. Sometime I'm going to have to come out on the field and watch that because I already love sneaking into the stables and petting the reindeer sometimes, but
Yeah.
I've never watched the training. I'm usually too busy either baking somebody or something or in the toy shop or,
Right.
getting ready
right.
for like the list look over every year.
Yeah, well, it's as you know, the workshop is very, very, very busy.
Hmm. Yeah, I was hoping.
I appreciate you taking time out this morning to help with this.
Absolutely. Yeah, as we wait for our next family to come to visit with Santa, I just also want to talk about a little bit the toy workshop. I was hoping to get blueprints this year for a PlayStation 5, but
Yeah, well, they are very popular. There's a lot of children that like those.
yeah, everyone
They like the traditional toys. They like especially the little ones. They like the baby dolls. They like the books. They like the toy trucks. All of those kind of things. So all those different toys. So
yeah, absolutely. And it's been really cool being able to learn how to make new things this year and
yeah.
everything else. But like I said, the bummer is Sony didn't give us blueprints for the PlayStation 5. So if you ask Santa for that this year, no, it's not that you are not. It's just we weren't able to build it at the workshop.
Yeah. So maybe check with Gabriel. Gabriel's pretty good with electronics. So Elf Gabe might know how to rig up a PlayStation 5 for you.
He might be able to. We actually just got a question. What is your favorite place to take your one day of vacation each year?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I guess with Mrs. Claus. Just where Mrs. Claus wants to go, we'll go. But we have taken some very nice vacations. And so the reindeer are helpful. It gives them a little bit different thing to do when we go out. So try to give the reindeer different exercises to keep them interested and make it a little fun. But then we also look for blizzards. You had, I think, down in Ohio, you had a blizzard on December 1st.
We did. It was crazy.
Yeah, well, we were out with the reindeer. That was a great big snowstorm that went all the way from Canada way down south. And part of our training, because it always is a storm somewhere on Christmas Eve, right out into those storms and practice.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. I never thought of that, Santa.
Yeah. So it might be nice here in Ohio, but have a blizzard in Montana and rain and heavy stuff down in Texas or whatever. So we do a lot of practice in different kinds of weather.
So now, does that mean too that you don't have to worry about going on a plane because you can just take your reindeer wherever you want?
Yeah, yeah. Of course, I have to make arrangements for them to be taken care of when we get there. So that's a little extra thing. But we usually do take the reindeer. Mrs. Claus loves reindeer rides. So, oh, and the elf kids. Do you remember doing that when you were little, going on the reindeer ride?
I remember being so excited. A couple times a year, we get to go and take a ride in the sleigh. It was the best ever.
Yeah, and that works all the way around. The elf kids are happy for the ride, and the reindeer get exercise with a load on the cart, so that it helps them prepare for Christmas Eve.
I remember one year though, Tommy Tickles, he cut in front of the line and he tried to jump on one of the reindeer's back, and then he got in big trouble. He didn't get to have any cookies for snack time that day.
Right, right. He's grown up to be a very good elf, as you'll know.
He has. He's grown up to be very good, but there was a second there where I thought he was going to be on the naughty list all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I wondered about that too. But he was sorry, and he helped fix the reindeer harness. He kind of messed that up when he tried to jump on it, and so
Good.
from that, so sometimes kids make mistakes. They try something, and sometimes it doesn't work out. But the thing is that they learn, and then they can do it better the next time, and that's important because nobody's perfect, but we just got to keep trying. So I can tell you, the kids on the nice list always keep trying.
Absolutely. Just because you're naughty once or twice doesn't mean that you can't make it better and try harder the next time.
Yeah, that's right.
We got another question here from people watching. Where do you like to go with Mrs. Claus for dinner when you have a date night?
Oh, a date night. Well, we have a whole variety of things that we like to do. I guess somewhere nice. There's so many excellent restaurants. We usually will take the reindeer down, and we'll go to some place that's local in the town wherever we're going to. And so we try and find out. We look, we've got computers at the North Pole. You can see through this, and so we look to see who's recommended. But we like some kind of a local restaurant with local food. The Hartsville Kitchens is a good example.
Right.
It was really good. And so we'll check to see what kind of things there are. And we like different kinds of food. So sometimes we might go out for Greek food, and another time we might go out for Chinese food or Korean or Mexican, whatever, just so a little bit different. But we do like to go to local restaurants.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like local restaurants have their home cooked meals as well. And that's what we have in the North Pole too.
Right. Very often you might meet or see the owner when you're going out to dinner at a local restaurant. So
Yeah, absolutely. We've got another question here. What is the favorite Christmas gift that you've ever received?
the favorite Christmas gifts I've ever received.
Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Claus and I, we have some children, and our oldest daughter was born just before Christmas Eve.
Oh.
So that was our favorite gift because she's as you know, Lizzie's such a lovely person. So, so that would be my favorite Christmas gift ever.
Lizzie is such a fun person. She makes the best snowballs for the snowball fights. I always want her on my.
Yes, she does. She does, and she goes crazy with snowballs.
She does. She made a fort once completely out of snowballs. It was impressive. I learned my snowball crafting from Lizzie. I'm not.
Yeah.
Not as good as Lizzie, but I hope one day to be.
Yeah, there you go. The fort was really fun. All you guys played in that. You were still a kid when she made that, weren't you?
I was. She became my idol. That she absolutely became my idol. I'm like, did you see what Lizzie did? Oh, the elf kids. We followed Lizzie for a good year and a half after that.
Yeah. Well, and now she's teaching at home. So the other elf kids are getting information learning from her.
Do you think in any of her classes she teaches like the best science for snowball making? Because if so, let's see if I can jump in on one of those classes.
Well, those are kind of like the after school activities for the elf kids.
Mm.
So yeah, probably if you just kind of check the school schedule and see, she'll probably have time for a snowball. And this year with the COVID, snowball fights still help us keep a little distant because we got to throw that snowball.
Throw those.
Yeah.
Liz
So,
had an
I didn't realize her snowball making was so impressive. You have to be sure and tell her that when you see her.
I absolutely will.
Yeah.
Well, as we wait for our next segment, which will be coming up in a couple minutes, we want to thank our sponsors, Friends and Family Credit Union, T-Mobile, Hartville Kitchen, and Hartville Hardware and Lumber.
Yeah. And we get our reindeer sled parts and reindeer harness parts at the hardware store.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, they built a lot of times I can see children there. They built a ramp out on the roof. So it's really easy to come down with a reindeer. And I'll go in wanting one thing,
Yeah.
maybe a buckle for a reindeer harness. And I'll go home with a sled full. And Mrs. Claus always wants to eat at the kitchen when we come down.
Well, does she do like any baking there at the Hartville Kitchen, or do they ask her for tips? Because Mrs. Claus's baking is phenomenal.
Yes, I know. She made a pie the other day and it was delicious. So she doesn't do any baking at the Hartville Kitchen, but she does a lot of the cookies that you guys get on your breaks. Mrs. Claus and some of the other elves make. So she loves making cookies. I think gingerbread cookies are coming up next.
Ooh, so exciting. Oh, we got another question. Is it hard to get from the naughty list to the nice list? Uh-oh.
Well, like I said, most children intend to be nice, but they sometimes make mistakes. So when they learn from their mistakes and make that, it's not really hard to get from the naughty list to the nice list if they try.
Mm-hmm.
And if they try, they do things like help their parents out and help with, especially if they've got younger brothers or sisters or with animals like dogs, and to walk the dogs, or with the older kids to clean the litter box, because that's kind of a stinky job. But things they can do, but especially being kind to others, being nice to their family members, not getting in fights with their brothers and sisters. And when their parents ask them to do something like, would you please set the table? They say sure and do it rather than
Don't do that.
And keeping up with their school. So many children are learning away from school this year that's an extra challenge for them. And so keep being diligent about that. And then maybe if they have a chance to help other children with that, things like that, or their teacher, those are good things they can do to get on the nice list again.
I remember one year I almost got on the naughty list because I was ranked on some of my classmates. But at the North Pole, we get someone that actually goes around and gives us warning particulars.
Yeah. Well, I remember one you did. That's where you had that bucket of snow on top of the door coming out of the elf school, and it just fell, and it fell on Mr. Gabriel's head. So he was.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I thought it was funny. Gabe cried.
Yeah.
And I was pulled into the elf counselor's office, and I had to do a lot of nice things to get back onto the nice list from the naughty list. But I did it.
Yeah. Well, and we know that you didn't intend to make Gabriel cry. You just thought it would be funny, like the snowball fights that you all enjoy. So
absolutely, it's just I didn't mean to make him cry. I thought it'd be fun. If anything, I was spreading, Christmas cheer and magic with my snow, obviously.
Yeah. So you guys, and you were also very good in school. Anyway, you learned a lot. I can't remember, what was your favorite thing to learn about at school?
My favorite thing to learn about was absolutely toy making. I loved watching how things worked and got together, and how they pieced together and everything else. I loved watching how the parts interact, which is why I got so excited when we got to the technological era a little bit here, and we were able to build some cool things at the workshop. I was one of the first elves that got to be part of the computer department.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a whole big deal when we first set that up, and the computers were so different than now.
Hmm.
It really helped with keeping track of the children and keeping track of the presents and all of those things when we did that. So you were part of the team that helped set that up then, I think. Right.
I was, and the whole thing has helped streamline everything. It has helped with GPS tracking with you to make sure everything works out just fine.
Yeah.
Tracking kids, seeing if they're being good online too, because now that's a whole new thing.
Right. Right. And I didn't even know about that stuff till you guys help me learn. So that's really good.
That's why you got us, Santa.
Yeah, I mean, what I understand with them is the toys are the ones that wind up. You do that. I can understand those. The computer, it's just kind of magic to me. But I'm 1,700 years old, so it's
Right. which is expected.
yeah. So a lot of things have changed. I can remember when I first saw cars. It was a Christmas Eve, and I thought, "What is that down there?" Because I was used to seeing horses and carriages and sleighs. Such a surprise. And now I almost never see horses and sleighs. Well, in Ohio, not very far from you, there's a lot of people that use horses and wagons with the Amish. But
Yeah. Yes.
so that makes me think of the good times before 1900 when that's all I saw. It was a fun time.
Absolutely. I got another question here, and this hopefully will be our last question before our next family joins us, because I have my list of naughty and nice. And so our next family hopefully will be coming on soon. Someone wants to know what my specialty is in the workshop. So like me and Santa were talking, I'm in the computer department, but I also sometimes help with baking on the weekends and at nights.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then the computer department is so good. And then the baking. Oh, that's how I fit this suit. Mrs. Claus keeps on trying to get me to eat more healthy stuff. And then I would say, okay, but you know what? Christmas Eve, I get so many cookies, and I look forward to that. By the time I come home, the toys are empty out of the sled, but I'm enough heavier from all the milk and cookies that the reindeer they still have a lot of work to bring me home.
Right. And we always get so excited when Mrs. Claus comes to our baking classes, and everyone fights to be in that class. Well, we don't fight. We very heartily debate.
Yeah. So what is, for the things that you bake, what are the favorite things that you like to bake?
I started really getting into baking pies and cakes, but doing special decorations on them.
Oh, you're real creative kind of stuff, like a pinwheel or something like that.
Yes, absolutely. I've gotten really good at making poinsettias on cakes out of icing.
Oh, yes. Now, do you use fondant or do you use buttercream icing?
Both.
Both.
I
Okay.
specialize in both, Santa. Sometime I'll give you one of my cakes.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I love cakes and cookies and pie, all those sweet things. And Christmas is full of sweet things and sweet people. So,
Well, hopefully our next family will be coming here soon. We're still waiting for them. And Elf Gabe is helping on the back end too to make sure everything goes smoothly as well. And the other thing that I do with pies, I like to roll the dough into little shapes and then bake them on the pies.
Oh, yeah, that looks fun. Like with a pumpkin pie and have some, looks like autumn leaves on the top or something like that.
Yes, just like that. Yep, I love taking inspiration from the seasons and stuff. And I've started to teach the little ones some elves that are starting their early baking classes. Sometimes I go in there and I help them come up with cute little designs and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, they have so much fun with like sugar cookies, and you cut the shapes out, and then you give them some frosting. And even somebody who's 3 or so can put something on a cookie and enjoy that. So that's a lot of fun. I'm glad you're doing that.
Absolutely. They love decorating cookies. That is such a fun activity too, is to just get a bunch of sugar cookies. And sometimes we do these little packages where we put some cookies together and then icing and sprinkles, and elves can take them back to their house and decorate with their families.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I'm glad that you do that. Sounds really good. And the cookies smell so good when they're baking, and everything else smells so good when it's baking. The baking cookie smell is one of my favorites. It's almost as good as puppy breath.
Oh, almost, almost, but not quite.
Well, you know how puppies are when you pick them up and they want to kiss you on the face. And anyway, they're so cute. They're so cute. Have you seen Grinch yet this year? He came up to help. Have you seen that he's been around?
Huh? One more time?
Have you seen the Grinch yet? You know, he came up to help this year.
He did?
Yes. You know, ever since he figured out what was going on in Whoville and how to appreciate Christmas. And he's once in a while, you know, things have been tight and crazy. So he's come up to help, and he brought Max with him too. And Max likes to play with the reindeer, with the reindeer doing the reindeer games.
I completely missed his visit this year. Well, now I'm bummed out. I'll have to hit him up on Elf Social or something and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry I missed you, Grinch."
Yeah, yeah, he's quite an interesting character now that his heart has grown 3 times bigger. You know, he's
Now green is super popular. I think without Grinch, like my outfit would have not been available at the Elf Boutique. I think he really made green come back in style.
well, but green's always been there, you know, but it is fun. I think from our Christmas tree is probably where we get the green associated with Christmas.
That's probably true too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I was wondering too, the Polar Express this year, are we still on track to do the Polar Express? And are we going to be able to give a bell away again this year as well, or are we putting that on hold?
You know, I thought I'd heard that the Polar Express was on hold. You know, different than that?
No, no, no. I was just looking and seeing if it was any for us in the North Pole here, if we were still doing that, keeping it on hold, and if so, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But doing the Polar Express is a fun time to do with all the children too. To visit with all the children on the Polar Express. That is another one of my very favorite activities. So I'm sure next year it'll be more fun and bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. One year I actually got to help out and it was really cool.
Oh yeah. Well, all the children having so much fun. Anything that we can do with children, I enjoy. So
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And Melody Thomas wrote to you. She's watching right now and she said that she also loves puppy breath. So you
yeah.
you have someone that is right there in the puppy breath camp with you.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the milk, but they have a very distinct thing, and they always want to kiss you when they're that little anyway. Well, dogs like dog kisses anyway, you know. But on they go. So we have a lot of fun.
This is very true. So, as we're waiting for our next family, they're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I just want to mention one more time our sponsors for our virtual visit with Santa, our Friends and Family Credit Union, T Mobile, Hartville Kitchen, and Hartville Hardware and Lumber. And if you want to have a virtual visit with Santa with your family, make sure to go to mix941.com or whbc.com and register. And we'll tell you when you're picked and we'll send you all the information.
Okay, all right, that sounds fun. I'm so glad you're doing this because it's it's been so difficult this year to see children, and so I'm glad to be able to see children in the Canton, Ohio area with this. So I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we were happy to be able to do this. You know, things are a little bit different this year. You
Yeah.
know, but luckily, after we contacted the elves in the North Pole Department, and they were like, "Hey, no, we can set up the stream and we can have it directly feeded." And I know that they kind of combined some different magics to make it happen too. The science elves up there, and it's amazing what they were able to accomplish.
Yeah, yeah. And hopefully we don't get a big storm and mess up our internet connection between here and the north, between Canada and the North Pole. So
I'm really hoping that that doesn't happen. I know that that happened, yeah, a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh no, magic can only do so much.
yeah,
Can
but
only do so much."
yeah. You're gonna lose your hat if you laugh enough, you know.
I know it does. It keeps and I think it's because this is from when I was younger. This elf hat, I couldn't find my new one for this year, and I've outgrown. I've grown a lot this year, so I need to get a new one.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I have quite a selection of Santa hats. In our North Pole gift shop. I think you'd be able to find a new one to fit you if you'd like.
I thank you very much. I would love that. Also, I want to invite anyone watching on Facebook right now. If you would like to join in with our virtual visit with Santa, we have a link in the comments. It's on our Facebook page. So if you'd like to join, just click it and you can talk with Santa.
And I would love to hear it. I'd love to talk with all the children.
Absolutely. What better way to spend a Saturday morning than talking with
Mm,
Santa?
That's right. Well, maybe Mrs. Claus will bake cookies for us while we're working.
Do you think Mrs. Claus would do that? Because that would be super cool. I didn't eat breakfast yet today. I didn't have any spaghetti, any cereal, none of that. I ran a little.
Spaghetti for breakfast?
What?
You eat spaghetti for breakfast?
Yes, of course. It's one of the main food groups.
Yes. I had for breakfast the other day, so I guess I shouldn't do anything.
Absolutely, yeah. I do spaghetti. I do syrup, and then when for dinner I do candy canes and candy corn.
Yeah.
I have to have a balanced diet.
That's right. That's right. Because the candy corn gives you your vegetables.
Absolutely, it does. And,
Yeah.
and candy canes, they give me my fiber.
Right.
So, and I didn't get to have any of that today because I was running late because last night I had a little bit too much eggnog and I got up late.
When people leave eggnog for me, along with the milk and cookies, that's also very welcome. So that's another thing we just kind of get at Christmas time, but it's real tasty.
Yes, it is so good. Sometimes I put a little extra cinnamon in my eggnog and it's like, oh,
Mrs. Claus floats a little nutmeg on the top.
ooh, nutmeg would be so good too. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
You know what that is? You could get a little stencil and you could put a fancy thing with the cinnamon or the nutmeg, like a little star or something like that.
See, this is why you're Santa, because I didn't think of doing something like that. And that will add something super extra festive to it. I would have never thought of doing that. Now, huh?
It's good we're talking this morning because usually you're in the computer workshop. So I see you to walk by, but I hadn't been able to talk with you about eggnog and cookies yet.
No, you have not.
And I didn't know about your baking too. So
Yeah, I would love to. Here's the thing though, it's like I love my baking and it's getting there, but it's nothing compared to Mrs. Claus yet. I'm more than happy to share, but maybe once I don't know, maybe once 50 years go by, and I'm a little bit more mature, I'll
right,
be
she's got over 1,600 years on you, so that does kind of. She's been doing a lot of baking. Now, have you tried baking bread yet, Quinny?
I have tried baking bread and it went well after the 5th time I attempted it.
Oh yeah. Well, there's another elf, David, that was the same way. He kept trying to make bread and it wouldn't work, and then he'd try again and wouldn't work. I'm glad you finally did it. What was you think wrong? Were you kneading it not long enough, or what?
I wasn't kneading it enough, and also I was being too fancy for my first time.
Yeah.
I was adding cranberries and pieces of fruit and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And there's a certain way you've got to add it and knead it in order to make sure that it doesn't all fall to the bottom and that the moisture of the fruit doesn't ruin the bake.
Yeah. Well, there's different ways. Sometimes if you make like a raisin bread, if you soak them for just a few minutes, then they're not taking from the dough. So and you get nice plump fruit. But yeah, you get it almost all kneaded first before you put the fruit in. That's what Mrs. Claus does.
Thank you so much for the tip, Santa. Santa, you know everything.
1,700 years is a long time to learn.
Right, man. I'm thinking that I'm gonna just be the liaison for kids this morning, and that they get to learn about you. But instead, I'm learning so much, and that's what happens. That's what happens when you're besties with Santa. Well, we're still waiting once again for our families. If you're watching on Facebook, you're more than welcome to join us. Our link has been posted. Just click on that link. Seriously, if you're watching on a phone, if you're watching on a laptop, a desktop, a tablet, you just click on the link and you can go ahead and join. Or if you know someone that has kids that would absolutely adore this, you can send the link to them or tell them where to find the link and they can click and join in.
All right, that sounds good. I'm looking forward to everyone that comes to see us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So have you watched the reindeer play their games?
I have. And I'm so happy that we finally included.
I'm sorry, I lost what you were saying.
I said I'm so happy that Rudolph was finally included.
Oh, yeah. Well, we like to, he had a rough time there when he was little, and everybody thought he was so strange. But it sure helped that foggy night. And now he comes all the time because, as I said, somewhere in the world there's going to be some kind of a storm. So it might be clear in Ohio, but we might have a storm in Vermont. So we got to be ready for it. So we always have Rudolph helping us. And we have the reindeer. We put a lot of carrots in their food this time of year to help vision so they can see better at night. So we like that.
I didn't know that carrots helped with
Anyway, it's not like you've got to give them something they don't like. It's like, oh, for the reindeer, that's like candy corn. They love it.
it's
So
one of their main food groups.
right. They don't like pizza very well.
Is there a story behind that? Because that sounds like we found out from experience.
Well, Max, the Grinch's dog, when the Grinch was up, Mrs. Claus made a really nice pizza
Mhm.
for us to have for supper with the Grinch. And we had it on the table and we put some slices out. And then Max grabbed some and ran out the door. He grabbed a slice and ran out the door. And then he ran right into the Rangers' stables. And he ate all of that pizza. I don't think the reindeer really wanted pizza, but it was he wasn't a good dog that day. He took a long time to get back on the nice list.
What a naughty dog. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I didn't know that carrots helped with vision for reindeer. That's so cool. What are some other things that reindeer eat? They eat carrots, um,
Well, they like sunflower seeds.
sunflower seeds?
Yeah. And there's a lot of energy in sunflower seeds, so they all get some sunflower, especially this time of year. And they like their hay, and you can actually get Purina reindeer chow. And so they get that. And I picked that up at the hardware store. I have to special order it because they don't have a lot of reindeer locally in Hartford, but
Yeah.
that's kind of their basic thing that gives them that. And then things like sunflower apples, they love apples and carrots and things like that. So, we don't grow a lot of vegetables up at the North Pole or fruit. So that's one of the things we do for training is we'll come down with the sled and we'll go like to the farmer's market that's behind the Hartford Marketplace,
Hmm?
kind of fill up the sled with goodies for the reindeer. And then we fly back and then they have the exercise of pulling a loaded sled that helps them. And when we get back, they have bushels of apples and carrots and pumpkins and things like that they like. So it works both ways.
I love the farmer's market at Hartville. Whenever I have a chance to get away from the workshop, I always go there and I get a ton of unique baking supplies and stuff to try,
Oh, yeah. So that's always fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, that's where Mrs. Cross gets her pumpkin for the pies and all of that stuff. So, yeah, that's so good. And the apples, she made an apple pie not long ago, and that was lovely too. So, yeah, and it's so nice to get fresh local produce.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cool stuff like tech things that sometimes when I'm feeling a little bored or I want to brush up on my skills, I'll buy it from the flea market and I'll take it home and I'll fix it up.
Oh, really? Sounds really creative there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You gotta keep up on the game, Santa. You gotta keep hip with all the upcoming technologies and challenge yourself with the old technologies because you gotta know where you're going by knowing where you came from. So
Right. Right. So that's why you guys are always teasing me when I come through the computer classroom, the computer workshop.
You know about
Hey,
that?
you want to see what you can do now? Push the button, Santa.
You know about that? Oh,
Well, Gabe nearly ended up on the naughty list when he did one of those things. He said, "Oh, Santa, I want to show you something that I've just invented." He said, "Push this button," and I pushed it, and it looked like the computer exploded. And I thought, "Oh no, I wrecked it." And that was just one of Gabe's pranks. So you're not the only one that comes up with pranks.
well, just so you know, he got it from me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are friends now after the snow bucket incident.
It did. It took a couple years, and he was a little rough around the edges, for a while, but slowly and surely, because once again, if you do something bad or naughty, as long as you work at being nice, you can always bring it back.
Come on back to the nice list like you and Gabe have done. Yeah.
And that's what we did. And so a couple years went by, and I would let him try my baking. He's a very picky eater, so it's hard sometimes.
He doesn't look like he's a very picky eater.
It's hard to get him to try new things.
Mhm.
But he really likes sour candies. So I was to really get him to try new stuff by incorporating sour stuff.
And have you made candy too with your new cooking skills that you're developing?
Yes, I candy as well. Yes.
All right.
I am so excited to let you know that we have a family that's joining us right now.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
This is Graceland. Say hi, Graceland.
Say hi.
Can you say hi?
Hi.
Is that
Hello.
Santa?
Say hi.
Hi.
She's
This
shy
is
today.
Graceland. Hello there.
A
Can
little
you
piece
see
of hair there.
everyone? Yeah. So Graceland, how old are you, sweetheart?
Can you say you're this many? You're two.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
two.
fine, and I'm two.
You're two.
Just two. Okay.
Say hi.
All right. So is she almost three, or she's still just not barely two?
She's 2.5
Or 2.5. So her birthday's like in June or July or something like that?
in June. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Graceland. Do you know
Santa?
my name? Who is this? Who am I, sweetie?
Who's that? Is that Santa?
Yeah. Oh, didn't she cry last year when she saw me?
She did.
I showed her the picture
Yeah.
too, a couple days ago.
Yeah.
You remember him?
Yeah, today she's smiling, so that's doing good.
She's kind of wondered what's going on here.
Yeah.
Remember Santa? He's the one gonna bring you all the good stuff,
Yeah.
or some of the good stuff.
Some of the good stuff. Well, you guys are probably going to help with some other parts of the good stuff as well.
Absolutely.
So
Whoops.
Graceland, now is Graceland on the nice list? Well, I know
Of course.
So yeah, I've been good.
she's been able to help you with things.
She does. She feeds the cats and gives them water every morning. And
Oh,
she puts
that's
all her
really
toys
good.
away.
She does. So
Mhm.
around your house to see if I won't step on something that she's left out.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
When I walk around your house on Christmas Eve, I won't step on something that she's left out.
Yep. She'll go and pick up stuff if it's in our way.
Oh, good, good.
Where you
Graceland,
going? You gotta stay.
you know, very
No,
nice
baby, just
girl.
stay. You all done? What are you looking for? You're kind of stuck. What are you looking for, baby?
And I think she's done.
You coming back? Oh, I know what you want to do.
Oh, she wants to get you her Paw Patrol toy.
Oh, okay.
Come here.
Let's show Sandy your Paw Patrol toy.
2, 3, back up we go. Rawr.
There you go.
Oh, yes, that's very nice. You know, all the elf kids like to watch Paw Patrol here at the North Pole as well.
They watch Paw Patrol at the North Pole.
Yeah.
Tell them who your favorite is. She's not going to talk today, I guess.
Who is your favorite on the Paw Patrol?
Who's your favorite?
Sky. Is Sky your favorite or is Marshall your favorite? I think today it's Marshall.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Graceland, can you tell me what you'd like for Christmas, sweetie?
Do you remember what you wanted? You wanted a baby doll?
A baby doll. I bet she's the only little girl in the world that wants a baby doll.
And then you wanted Frozen toys, huh?
Frozen toys. Well, we have frozen toys here at the North Pole. They're all frozen if they get out in the sled. Yeah. So yeah, baby. Well, it's funny. I've been Santa now for almost 1,700 years, and little girls have liked baby dolls all the whole time. That kids have wanted all the time from the beginning. So
What else do you want?
happy the elves are making all kinds of baby dolls. They make baby dolls. They make Barbies and
Oh, where you
Barbie dream houses and all those kinds of
Yeah,
things.
the elves are making all them
Nice.
toys for you.
Yeah.
And she's gone again.
Excuse me.
She has a very short attention span.
Come here.
That's okay. Well, she's
Here,
sweet.
I'll get this. I help.
Come on, baby. We gotta say bye-bye to Santa, okay?
Come here. 1, 2, 3.
I
Up.
need to talk to other little kids.
Say hi. Say thank you.
Hi, Kitty. Now, is Graceland going to leave me out some milk and cookies for Christmas?
Absolutely. We're actually gonna bake them next weekend for you.
Oh, all
There
right.
you go.
Well, the elf Quinny and I have been talking about baking cookies, so maybe you get some hints from her and from Mrs. Claus because, yeah, she loves baking cookies. I think she's going to make some gingerbread cookies today.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, so the elves get them on their cookie breaks.
You want to say bye, Santa?
Can you say goodbye to Santa so we can talk to other little kids?
Bye bye,
Right.
Graceland. Merry Christmas. I'm glad you're on the nice list, sweetie.
Say bye.
Merry Christmas. Say bye, Santa. See you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye, Graceland.
She didn't cry this year.
Bye.
Step forward, she didn't cry. Yeah. all right.
Yay.
Looking
You
forward to
did
seeing
so
you
good,
next
my
year.
love.
Uh-oh.
I'll look forward to seeing you again next year.
Sounds good, Santa. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Oh, she was so sweet.
Yeah.
So-
She went up and down. That's very typical with 2-year-olds, but that's better. She didn't cry this year like she did last year, so that's good.
Very good. Well, I am happy to say that we have another family already waiting. We've got Glenn that is waiting to talk to Santa. So let me add him here. Hi, Glenn.
Hello, Glenn. Hi there. If you got your mic on, I can't hear you.
Hi,
now I can
Santa.
hear you. Hi there, Glenn. How old are you, Glenn?
I'm 8.
You're 8, and you're in
Yes.
3rd or 4th grade at school?
No, 3rd. I'm gonna be 9. Today is my birthday.
Today is your birthday. Well, happy birthday. Should we sing a little
Thank
happy
you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Glenn. Happy birthday to you. So for Christmas presents, we asked you about Christmas presents, but what do you think you might get for your birthday presents?
I don't know.
Let me think.
It's a tricky question.
It's a tricky. Do you think you're going to get an American Girl doll?
No.
No. How about Barbies?
No.
No. Barbie Dream House?
No.
No. So all of those presents you don't think you're going to get?
Nope. But I think I do. I do think I'm gonna get a PS4. I don't know.
A PS4, boy, that's a big birthday present. That's very nice. So you want to thank your family for that, if that's something that you get. And if not, maybe then for Christmas, right? So that's good. So are you going to school from home or are you going to school at school this year?
I'm going to school.
At the school. So what are your favorite things to do at the school?
Usually going to special.
Special what? Special classes?
No, like gym and stuff.
Oh, so you like all the fun stuff that comes with the learning. So you do your lessons good for your teacher, and then you get to go to gym, right? And
Well, we usually do our morning work and stuff. Then we go to gym, and then we come back and do more work.
yeah. Well, gym kind of wakes you up because you get all that moving around and stuff like that, and it puts better circulation to your brain and stuff like that. So then you do better in the afternoon than you might if you just went straight through without a break. So
Yeah.
yeah. So what is, do you have some friends at school?
Yes. I have Zane and Chloe, Piper, Gage,
Hmm. And
other
should,
friends.
should they all be on the nice list?
Mm-hmm.
Now, who's your teacher, then?
Mrs. Reininger.
Mrs. Ridinger. And if I ask Mrs. Ridinger, have you behaved in school, what would she tell me?
She'd say probably yes, because I am pretty good in school.
You are pretty good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. And you know, if you mess up once in a while, everybody makes mistakes. All you got to do is keep trying to do it better, you know?
Yeah, I have a lot of A's.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. So you're besides gym, what is your favorite subject that you're learning about in school, like math or reading or whatever?
Yeah, math and reading.
Okay, well, those both very important. Reading helps you learn about all around a lot of other things. And you know, we use a lot of math at the North Pole. We've got to calculate how many toys to put in and just the schedule that works the best for bringing all the toys to the children and all of that kind of things. So we use a lot of math at the North Pole. So I'm glad to hear that. Maybe you can come up and be a helper sometime with that.
Can I be an elf?
Well, elves are elves, but you might be able to come up and be a helper when you grow up. We'll look forward to that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, all right. So have you thought about what you'd like for Christmas instead of your birthday?
Yes.
Yes,
I
you have.
have two things.
Uh-huh.
I want a PS4, and I don't know if you give pets, but I want a husky.
You want a husky? Well, you know about pets. Here's the rule about pets. We have to talk with mom and dad or your parents because although I think you're probably getting pretty close to big enough to take care of a
I am. My dad has a lab, and sometimes I take care of her.
Okay, good. How big is the lab?
I don't know. She's about, I don't know.
Labs
She's
are pretty
like
big.
8 months old.
Oh, so she's still growing as a puppy. So
Yeah.
she sometimes makes mistakes too, doesn't she?
Yeah, and me and my dad also have we have ducks, chickens, and goats.
Ducks, chickens, and goats? Okay. So a dog wouldn't be that strange, but I still got to work through your parents, for your family, to be sure that it's okay for you to have a dog, okay?
My mom's right here.
Well, I'm not going to make her answer right away. But that's one of the rules. We don't give pets without checking with the parents, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. All right. But it does sound like you know quite a bit about. Would you like then maybe books about how to take care of a dog would be another kind of present?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you learn how to train the dog to do tricks and how to behave, because puppies don't know how to behave yet, do they?
Mm-mm.
You probably with your dad's dog, the lab, she probably wet on the floor a few times, or maybe even pooped inside. Right?
Oh, she poops and pees inside a lot.
Yeah. So she's still got to learn a lot. She's just like a baby.
Yeah.
Of course, you probably had to wear diapers to do at least 2. So kind of the same thing. So do you help? So have you walked the dog?
Huh?
Do you walk the dog?
No. She goes outside and stays on a leash.
Oh, okay. And then with the goats, do you have goats that you milk, or do you have goats that are just pets, or?
They're pygmy goats. They're
Oh,
kind of like meat goats.
So they're little bitty ones, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're little.
Yeah. So would you play with those a little bit?
They don't play.
They
One
don't
of them, my goat is really scared, but my dad's goat is really, really, really friendly.
Yeah. Have you taken the goats to the fair to show them at the fair?
Nope. They will probably run away.
Oh, okay. Well, you could put a harness or a leash on them, something like that. But because have you been to the fair to see all the kids that have goats and cows and ducks and sheep and everything? That's a fun thing. Maybe next summer you can ask your family if you can do that, because that is a fun thing to do with kids.
Yeah.
See all the other kids and the pets that they've raised. That's good.
Mhm.
So the 2 things that you wanted for Christmas, and then any other ideas for Christmas for you?
Yes.
What's that?
If if I don't get a PS4, I also want a PS5.
Oh.
And there's one more thing. I want my Nintendo to be fixed.
Oh, you want your Nintendo to be fixed.
Yeah, my Nintendo Switch, because it won't charge and it won't hook up to the TV.
Okay, well, you know, I don't know a lot about computers, but there probably is somebody. It might be broken in a way that can't be fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's hard to know without looking at it. So, and Quinny, the elf that's been helping me today, works in the North Pole computer shop. So she might know a little bit more about that stuff than I do. They didn't have computers when I was a little boy.
Oh, really?
No.
You
So-
live forever.
That's right. It's a long time. Cars were confusing to me when they first came out. So,
Oh yeah, there is one more. There's two more things I want.
okay,
I want a dirt bike.
a dirt bike.
And yes, I want a dirt bike and I want a Power Wheel.
Okay. Well, those things again, the dirt bike especially, we have to go through the family because there are big safety issues now. If you ask for something like that, you've got to ask for the helmet and the other protective equipment.
I already have a dirt bike.
Oh, you already have a dirt bike, so you need two.
Well, my dad and mom kind of split up, so and I kind of want one here too.
Oh, so you want one at each house. Kind of a lot to go back and forth. But again, we got to go through the family to make sure that it's okay. All right.
Okay.
And you got to be safe on it. Do you wear your helmet all the time?
I have a chest protector, I have a neck guard, and I have a helmet.
Okay, that's good because you don't want to get hurt if you fall. Have you fallen on the dirt bike before?
Yes. And I have a go-kart at my dad's house and I've rolled it.
Yeah. So your helmet's really, really important, and your neck protector and stuff like that. Those are important things. So, all right. Well, are you going to leave me cookies?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I think I'm going to leave presents at both your parents' house to make sure that you've got something that
What's your favorite cookie?
I like all kinds of cookies. What's your favorite?
Mine is sugar cookies.
Oh, I love sugar cookies. Mrs. Claus will make them, and the elf kids will come over and help decorate them. And it's just fun. We have a kitchen full of elf kids, and they will enjoy it. And then they bring them home to their elf families, you know? So, yeah, that's really good. So, are you going to leave me some sugar cookies, do you think, on Christmas Eve?
Probably.
And then some milk?
Yes.
And how about some carrots for the reindeer?
Yes. And I got a question.
Yeah.
Are you lactose intolerant?
No.
Okay.
Well, that would be hard to drink so much milk on Christmas Eve. Some people will leave me lactose-free milk or something like almond milk or something because that's what they have in their house. And that's fine. I like all those things. But I drink regular milk too.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I have
Boy, that would be-
I
One little-
have lactose-free milk. Yeah.
Okay, that's just fine. One little boy put the goat by the Christmas tree. Little sign by the goat that said "Help yourself," and so I was supposed to milk my own glass of milk from the. But it was good. So, I don't know what his mom and dad thought about the goat in the house. Well, it looks like we've got more people coming, so I'm gonna have to tell you goodbye, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Christmas Eve. Thank you so much, Glenn, for coming, and I'm glad you're being a good boy. Keep it up, okay? All right. You have a merry,
Okay.
all right.
Thank you, Glenn. And also before we go, so I do know a little bit of tech, and after this we got to split. But for your Nintendo Switch, make sure that your cord isn't damaged, that either your power cord or the cord leading to the TV. You can experiment with that if you have other electronics that plug in with USBs like that. And you can get other parts at different video game stores around in the area, and you can swap it out. If those don't work, new ones, then it is your Nintendo Switch that's broken, but it might just be a short in the cord. Okay?
Or the cord might be broken because a lot of people twist that cord. Yeah, so that makes some sense. Thank you very much, Quinny.
Thank you, Glenn. Alrighty, so next we have Richie. Richie is here to talk to Santa.
Hi, Richie. Hello.
Hi.
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 How old are you, Richie? How old are you, Richie?
7.
7. My goodness.
7.
So you're in school already? And are you in second grade? First grade?
Second.
Second grade? Now, are you going to school at the school or are you doing it through the computer?
At the school.
At the school. Okay, so now you're being careful with all your classmates and wearing your mask like you should and stuff like that? That's good. You help keep everybody healthy. What's your favorite thing to learn about in school?
Math.
Math. Math is so important. I'm so glad to hear that. We use a lot of math at the North Pole. We've got to count up how many kids there are and how many presents for the children and how many children want different toys. So we make enough to try and keep it all. So we use a lot of math at the North Pole. And Mrs. Claus uses math to bake all the cookies. So, yeah, so I'm glad to hear that. Now, who's your teacher?
Mrs. Oakley.
Mrs. Oakley? Now, if I asked her, are you good in school, what would she say?
She would probably say yes.
Probably say yes. Okay. So you're working on it. Do you sometimes make mistakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that nobody's perfect. And so you just keep working on it. You're on the nice list. So to stay on the nice list and all year, work on being good and helping at school. If other kids are having trouble, that you might help them. Or if somebody just falls down on the playground, that you'd help them get up and make sure they're okay. Those are all ways to stay on the good list. Now, do you do any help at home?
Yes.
What do you do at home?
Well, sometimes I help my parents clean. I
Sometimes
get
you
the
help your parents. And
I get the electric sweeper, and then I sweep that.
you break it up a little bit, but I can hear you helping your parents at home. And that's good. Now, do you leave Legos all over the floor?
Yeah, there's sometimes like junk all over the floor, like
Yeah.
dirt and stuff. So I sweep it up.
Yeah.
Electric
Good. There you go. Very good. And then do you work on being nice to your parents and being sure that you know they love that you love them and all of that kind of stuff?
sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that's another way to stay on the nice list because your parents love you. And if you show them you love them back, that makes their day very nice. You can draw pictures for them too. Have you sent me a letter or a picture to the North Pole?
No.
No? Well, you can if you want. That would be very nice. I look forward to those things. And I love the pictures that kids draw. So those are good things. Now, have you thought about what you'd like for Christmas?
I want Minecraft Dungeons action figures.
Oh, you like action figures, Minecraft action figures? What else? What other kind of things?
And
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Minecraft.
And Minecraft. Yeah, we got the Minecraft. And do you like books too?
Legos.
And Legos. I love Legos. Legos are one of my favorite things. We play with Legos. The elf children play with Legos. And lots and lots of kids love Legos. So I'm glad to hear that. You
I
can make
love
You love Legos? Do you like the ones that make the little cars?
Yes.
And just to make the buildings and the little towns and little scenes?
I haven't. We built cities and stuff.
Okay. I didn't quite get that, but I got the idea of what you're doing
And
with
we
Lego.
built Star Wars.
Star Wars stuff too? Oh yeah. That sounds fun. Have you seen a lot of the Star Wars movies?
Yeah, we've seen the new one. It's The Rise of Skywalker.
All right, very good. Did you like it? I haven't seen it yet. Do you recommend it for me and Mrs. Claus?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll have to put that on our list of things to do is to go see that movie. All right. Now, what do you think your mom or dad would like for Christmas?
No, that's a tough question.
Oh, that's a trick question. Well, of course, the one thing I know they'll love is hugs and you to be helpful and pick up things, and especially if Joy's all over somewhere to pick them up. Those would be nice Christmas presents for mom and dad. Or pictures or things like that. Those are good things for Christmas. So you can make those yourself. All right. Well, I hear that you're good at school, and I hear that the kind of presents that you want, so we've got some ideas for that. Are you going to leave me milk and cookies on Christmas Eve?
Yes, we're gonna leave you the cookies that have the Hershey Kisses.
Oh, those are delicious. I love those cookies. Do you like them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so good. All right. Well, and then plenty of milk and then maybe
I
some
love
carrots.
them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you goodbye now, and then we'll see you on Christmas Eve, okay? Bye-bye. Thank you for coming by.
Bye,
Okay.
Richie. Thank you
Bye,
so
Richie.
Merry
much.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas. And with that, Santa, that's all of our families that we have today.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Quinny. Now, Quinny, do you normally work as part of the broadcast team or?
Yes, I do. So I actually help out. So not only do I help with the computer department and help with baking and everything else, sometimes I'm actually on the radio as well.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Yeah, I'm on 10 a.m. To 2 p.m. on Mix 94.1 Monday through Friday.
And then are you doing that from home up here on the North Pole, or are you having to go down to the studio every day?
So I actually get to do it from home. We are in my home studio. So where from the North Pole, sometimes I also make some toys in this studio as well.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I actually I have a couple of the toys that I'm working on in here right now. And when I'm not doing that, I help troubleshoot computer problems from the North Pole, and I do my radio show.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm very, very glad to be here with you this morning. And you can see I have a face for radio. So
Absolutely. The beard might get in the way sometimes with the microphone.
oh yeah. Well, the other thing that the beard gets in the way is when I zip up the Santa suit, and sometimes I zip the beard right in. And so
Oh
I
my
gotta get it undone quick.
Well, thank you so much, Santa, for joining us. And thank you once again to all of our sponsors, Friends and Family Credit Union, T-Mobile, Hartville Kitchen, and also Hartville Hardware and Lumber. And if you would like to talk with Santa with your family, make sure to register at mix941.com or whbc.com. Thank you so much, Santa.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you, Quinny, for all your help this morning. And keep going with your baking. You're going to make some cookies this afternoon, do you think?
Absolutely. I'm going to make some cookies this afternoon and probably a cake or two. I need to keep myself sharp. Big day is coming.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Pleasure working with you today.
Pleasure working with you too, Santa. Bye.